I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki.
Even if America come, we will fight them. Did America not go to Vietnam? How is Vietnam now? Did they not run? Where have they gone to and they have stayed? Let them come. Let Trump come with his America and with you people, you all die. This lunatic. He wants to annex Canada. He wants Iceland. He wants to kill the president of Venezuela. He wants to kill the supreme leader of Iran. He wants to finish up Yemen. This sick lunatic. And that's why when they talk about America is a sick country, a country of mad people, insane people. And that's why they can elect a mad, insane idiot, a lunatic. That's why they can elect a lunatic as their president.
In the video you just watched, you can see a visibly angry Asari Dokubo. He's a king now, so His Royal Majesty Asari Dokubo, visibly angry at Donald Trump's insinuation that he would invade Nigeria if the government does not take firm action against genocide of Christians or genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Some things are pertinent. Number one, Asari Dokubo said that he is a Muslim in the midst of Christians. That is very, very true. He should realize that Christians in the southern part of Nigeria are very tolerant of Muslims cohabiting, living with them. The citing Hausa of Aba, his family has been there in Aba for years. If you go to Owerri, the Njemanzis have interacted. Njemanzis are the ruling family. They have interacted with Muslims for years. If you go to Abakaliki, you will see Muslims who were born there. You come to Warri, the Hausa quarter. You come to Ogili, we have them here. We've lived with them for years. Among the Yorubas, they marry themselves, Muslims and then Christians, and they live together. So you're living in the South as a Southerner, as an ex-militant. It's no big deal in this discussion. Number two, we have to realize that even though Christians and Muslims are killed in the North, there are some things we need to know. Boko Haram, ISWAP, and Lekarawu and any other criminal gangs, terrorist gangs, they are radical Islamists. Boko Haram, that book is haram, or Western education is haram, or Western system of life is haram, that is forbidden, will give you an insight to the fact that they also associate Christianity with Western influence, and that those for Boko Haram, that these people are infidels, that Christians are infidels. I had a discussion with a repentant Boko Haram member about a week back, and he was telling me things about the perception of Boko Haram people concerning Christians. He is now an evangelist. And I saw several Fulanis in Ephrata World Evangelical Mission at Warri. They sponsor Fulani pastors. So these people are radical Islamists, and they are ready to attack any Muslim that is moderate and that is not a radical. And you must realize, Alhaji, that you have the Shiites and you have the Sunnis. The Sunnis are the Caliphate ruling Muslims. And then the Shiites are more radical. And there's a conflict between the Shiites and the Sunnis in terms of governance in different parts of the world. And so these Boko Haram people, these genocidal terrorists, are Shiites. That's why they are associated with Iran and several other radical groups overseas. The next thing is that there is an attempt to establish a radical caliphate anywhere they are. Even in the United Kingdom, you could recently two knife attacks. Even in the United Kingdom, you can see an attempt to even intimidate the British people who own the land. They want to block roads to pray. They want to march against, a parade against Christians in their own land. And somebody was asking, can they do this stuff in Muslim nations? Then why do they come to Christian nations? It's an attempt to establish their dominion and their religion in nations that are predominantly Christians. Now, there is something in northern Nigeria. You have the Fulanis, and then you have the Hausas, you have Birom, you have all kinds of different types of tribes. Like Adamawa State has different tribes. You go to Bauchi State, two local governments, the two Barewa local governments, they call them the tithe of God in Bauchi State. They are predominantly Christian local government councils. Somebody who schooled there and I mentor him, told me specifically that if there is water in a container, if a Christian goes there to drink it before them, that they will pour it away, that it has been contaminated. And those people, those Barewa people, have always had conflicts, existential conflicts for them to exist, because there are attempts to extinguish them. It should also be known that even though there are Hausas who are a majority, the Fulanis have dominated them. So you have Hausa majority and a Fulani emir. You have Hausa majority and a Fulani governor. So there is an enslavement in quotes of the Hausas. And many of these Christians in the north are Hausas. And it is pertinent to note that in those days, even till a Fulani can just come to a house and select a cow and take away, or a goat, or come to a house and pick a child and take away to become his servant. And so some of the Hausas in Kano in time past intentionally married Fulanis from Sokoto State. So you will see that's why they say Hausa Fulani. Now, in the time of Goodluck Jonathan, to remove him from power, if you remember vividly, a governor said that they brought Fulanis to invade the land and cause problems to remove Goodluck Jonathan. And after they removed them, they refused to remove Goodluck Jonathan. They refused to settle them. And hence, after tasting money in Nigeria, they decided to stay back. And you remember that the governor said that the Fulanis do not respect international boundaries, that they can cross international boundaries and settle anywhere they are as pastoralists. So there are the land-grabbing Fulanis who masquerade as headsmen, and they invade predominantly farming communities in Benue and in Plateau, even in Adamawa State and other parts of the north. And the recent Supreme Court judgment between Sunday Jackson and a Fulani headsman, Muslim Fulani headsman, that attacked him in his farm, and he was able to subdue him. And in the course of that process, he died. Sunday Jackson stayed in prison for 10 years, and he was eventually confirmed to be executed. His name did not come out for presidential pardon, but names of criminals and all kinds of people, murderers, terrorists, came up for presidential pardon because he was a Christian and because he was from a poor family. Now, let me quickly say this. America is not Nigeria. My brother Asari Dokubo, I'm older than you by far. Older than you by far. My brothers are your friends. Let me tell you something. America does not talk anyhow. Before they are saying this, they have evidence. I was listening to Marcel Happy Okocha. He said that the governor of Benue State has a comprehensive report that he wanted to submit in Nigeria here but was suppressed about genocide in his state and in the north. That report was sent to America, and there are the names of several senators who are sponsors of these vicious crimes against Christians and sometimes against their perceived enemies. There is no time that Christians have beheaded a Muslim, carried his head on his stick like Akaluka in Kano, and the person who did that became a prominent politician, or Deborah stoned to death because of so-called blasphemy in a WhatsApp group. Nobody brought out what she said. And when Atiku condemned it, immediately he saw a resistance, he deleted it. When a Deeper Life pastor was eliminated, a woman that went on Morning Cry to preach was eliminated. Those who committed that heinous crime are walking free. And what is most annoying is that the so-called general overseers of these denominations that these people come from have not said anything. They are keeping quiet. So, Asari Dokubo, Your Royal Majesty Asari Dokubo, you don't threaten America. America is not Nigeria, where you threaten to shoot down helicopter. It doesn't happen in America. It doesn't happen to America. The next thing is that you don't call Donald Trump a madman and you think that he will leave you just to go free like that. You don't call an American president a Donald. If you can call other presidents like Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden a madman, you don't call Donald Trump, because Chris they pass Chris, madness they pass madness. The next thing is that you don't call a whole nation of America that there is a nation of lunatics. Remember, you praised Tinubu, and later you got angry and started insulting, saying that Tinubu is the worst president. I suggest that leadership requires discretion, and that all these random talks that people are talking, they should sit down and reflect. You said America should bring on the fight, that you people will fight back. You want to fight America. The people that came to your country and carried their citizens away without your effort, without your knowledge, they carried their citizens that were kidnapped, carried 2 of them away, eliminated the terrorists. You want to fight them. America does not need to bring its forces, its boots on the ground here. Asari Dokubo, Your Royal Majesty, they know your bedroom. They know where you did that video. They know where I'm doing this video. These people, they don't play. They don't send Holy Ghost fire. They don't send Holy Ghost fire. Tone down your rhetoric. Nobody is going to unite with you to fight America. Your fight in the Niger Delta with your boys is an economic fight. 90% of the time, a personal fight. So, Asari Dokubo, I don't know how to speak Ijo, but I beg a day for you. Tone this thing down. Avoid Donald Trump. Avoid Americans. You can't. Then let me quickly say 1 or 2 things. There are various military adventures America has undertaken that backfired. They were in Vietnam. They were in the Battle of North Korea and South Korea. They were in Afghanistan. They were in Somalia. They supported Jonas Savimbi, after some time eliminated him. And they've been in Iraq. It is true that when America goes to war and they start seeing body bags coming back home, the cry from their people will make them hurriedly withdraw. But they have learned their lessons. During those battles, there were no drones. There were no drones. This rhetoric going on, they are going to coalesce themselves with other European nations. And the force against Nigeria is not going to be only America. A lot of people will queue behind America. But what I am saying is that instead of trying to dodge the issue, instead of trying to castigate Donald Trump, instead of trying to call America a nation of lunatics, where your own people are also present, there are your people there. A lot of Nigerians in Houston, a lot of Nigerians in New York, a lot of Nigerians all over America contributing to the economy. Instead of calling them lunatics, let us ask them for assistance in eliminating these bandits. Are we enjoying it? No. Can we travel freely in the north? No. Can we even travel freely in Edo State? No. Can we travel freely in Ogwashuku area? No. They are all over the place, intimidating people, collecting land from people, maiming and defiling women. America, come and help us. But the Americans have said, I read the report, that they will not fight alongside Nigerian soldiers, that they don't trust them. That they don't trust them. Remember, I talked about the Fulani agenda. Remember, during Buhari, he Fulanized the leadership of the army. It's only now that Tinubu is bringing non-Fulanis into the system. And for some time now, we've seen a degree of success on the side of the Nigerian military and security forces. How can you say that Donald Trump is a madman when these so-called bandits came for a meeting inside police trucks? They were shaking hands with policemen. How can you say that Donald Trump is a madman when senior security intelligence chiefs are saying that they arrested these people and they were told to release them? How can you say that T.Y. Danjuma, that has a lot of military experience and from the north, that said that there are people in the security forces collaborating with these terrorists, how can you think that T.Y. Danjuma was wrong? How can you come out and say Donald Trump is mad when people have said that when they corner these terrorists, when they push forward to where these terrorists are, and they will tell them not to advance further, that they should withdraw? How can you say that Trump is a madman when it has been alleged that, not even alleged, that these people who are killing our people should be integrated into the army, and they are the ones who are giving information to bandits concerning the movement of our troops? Enough of this ostrich lifestyle and reckless verbalization against anything that hinders or threatens our interests. I know you are a Muslim, but you're a River State man, you are an Ijaw man, and you might not immediately face the threats of genocide. But there are your people who live elsewhere. And if you are supposed to be a leader, anything that affects any segment of Nigeria should concern you. Some people are believing that there is the criminal element that kidnaps fellow Muslims or terrorizes them to instill fear or eliminates them to conquer land for the one of the three components, that is the Fulanization agenda. You can come here and abuse me and call me names. Donald Trump has called you disgraced country. You can come here and call me names. There's no person in your family that is like me. I'm more reasonable than your father. And I'm stating the truth about the situation in Nigeria. In the northern part of Nigeria, Christians are discriminated against. They are persecuted. The man in Abuja recently, his shop was taken over by a Sharia court until he protested online and it was restored. And you want to extend Sharia around Nigeria. It's not fair. It's not fair. Dr. Charles Apoki is my name. God bless Nigeria.